Hey everybody, welcome to the first full week of Straight Pride Month. All this month I'll be examining why it's not only awesome to be straight, but why it's also better to be so in a way that modern academics, propaganda media, and their masters in the government shun these days. Remember, if you're on social media all this month, use the hashtags Straight Pride Month and or Make Straight Great Again. This week, I'm going to be talking about the idiots that came up with what the establishment calls toxic masculinity and why such a thing is needed once more in our cultural landscape. So put your rainbows away, much like major corporations are doing, and enjoy the lesson we're about to give the heterophobes. Hey folks, your resident man in black is back again for a new edition of the best kept secret in the conservative movement, things that need to be said. From MRCTV, I'm Nick Kangadis. Really quick, head on over to Rumble, subscribe to our channel, and hit that plus button. And no matter where you watch our videos, please share, like, and don't be afraid to leave a comment. I actually read what you guys have to say, and I occasionally respond, so don't be shy. Now, on with the show. Toxic masculinity. Now let me just get this out of the way. What I consider to be toxic masculinity, although I would never call it that because I'm straight, but what I think is bad behavior by men towards others is being physically and or mentally abusive to someone for little to no reason just because you can. It's exerting dominance, essentially being a bully when there's no call for it. That being said, I love bullying when it's done to actual bullies.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
I can do this all day. Hey, pick on somebody your own size.
Basically, as long as you're not intentionally hurting anyone in a mean-spirited or unprovoked way, it's okay to assert some dominance as a male. There's a food chain, and male humans are pretty much at the top of it for a reason.
Welcome to Earth.
Now, for what the establishment says is toxic masculinity. In a 2019 article from The Atlantic, they noted that, quote unquote, the American Psychological Association introduced new guidelines for therapists working with boys and men, warning that extreme forms of certain traditional masculine traits are linked to aggression, misogyny, and negative health outcomes. And for further context, what exactly does the APA consider traditional masculine traits that people needed to be warned about? Quote, although there are differences in masculinity ideologies, there is a particular constellation of standards that have held sway over large segments of the population, including anti-femininity, achievement, eschewal of the appearance of weakness, and adventure, risk, and violence. These have been collectively referred to as traditional masculinity ideology, unquote. That definition was unfortunately thrust onto the world in 2007. But if you go back, we have psychologist John Money, who was one of the pioneers of gender being a construct and gender ideology. Money conducted experiments on children, with his most infamous case being that of David Reimer, born Bruce Reimer, who because of a botched circumcision was provided as an involuntary guinea pig in which Money convinced Reimer's parents to transition the boy to live his life as a girl.
I never quite fit in. Well, the girls would do their things with their Barbies and things like that, and that wouldn't interest me. Mm-hmm. And things such as trucks and building forts and getting to the odd fist fight and climbing trees, that's the kind of stuff that I like, but it was unacceptable, so I'd never...
As a girl?
As a girl, I had no place to fit in.
A biography of Reimer and his twin brother Brian stated that when the biological boys were as young as 6, Money showed them porn and reportedly forced them to perform sex acts on each other.
And if you're not gonna take my word as gospel, because I have lived through it, who else are you gonna listen to? Who else is there? I've lived through it. Is it gonna take somebody to wind up killing themselves, shooting themselves in the head for people to listen?
Long story short, Brian committed suicide through ODing on antidepressants in 2002, and just 2 years later, David shot himself, committing suicide in 2004.
Last week, David Reimer killed himself.
I knew why the police were coming to the door, and I started screaming, "No, no, no."
For his part, when news of these alleged experiments hit the public consciousness beginning in 1997, Money blamed it on right-wingers and anti-feminists, stating that, quote, "They say masculinity and femininity are built into the genes, so women should get back to the mattress and the kitchen," unquote. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Whenever you bring up Money's perversions, as well as his co-creation of basically what gender studies is today, they'll just say the things that Money said about his detractors.
I would like to say to Dr. Money, I would like to ask him if he could be man enough to admit to the public and to even to himself that he made a mistake. He was trying to make history and it wasn't working.
So when we say, okay, groomers, it's because those that defend the toxic ideology of gender studies do so in the same vein as someone who once said the following, quote, "If I were to see the case of a boy aged 10 or 12 who's intensely attracted toward a man in his 20s or 30s, if the relationship is totally mutual and the bonding is genuinely totally mutual, then I would not call it pathological in any way," unquote. Talk about toxic masculinity, huh? As far as I'm concerned, checkmate, pedos. In terms of the traditional male that they seem to hate so much, let's put it this way. I grew up in the greatest time in history for action movies, and the formula was pretty simple. Reasonably fit guy who knows how to kill a man with his index finger 37 different ways, has a mission of some sort to go after a legitimate bad guy, typically from a foreign country, killing 417 henchmen along the way, all the while wooing some of the hottest women on the planet because he's a man, why not? Rinse and repeat. And it worked.
If everyone thought like you, nothing would ever change.
Nothing does change.
Of course it does. Nothing stays the same.
Live your life because you got a good one.
It's what I'm trying to do.
No, what you're trying to do is change what is.
And what is?
That we're like animals. It's in the blood. It's natural. Peace, that's an accident. It's what is. When you're pushed, killing's as easy as breathing.
And it still works. You know how I know? Look at some of the biggest grossing movies in the last 10 years of Hollywood while they've been churning out these message-laden movies made for, as the critical drinker might say, modern audiences.
That is America's ass.
But think of these titles. The John Wick series, Top Gun Maverick, The Northman, 13 Hours, Lone Survivor, the Kingsman series, All Quiet on the Western Front, and more. What do all of those have in common? A level of toxic masculinity that would make your gender studies professor publicly cringe while privately covet because there seems to be so few real men anymore. So, will I be psychologically profiled, or were these things that simply needed to be said? Let me know in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble and hit that plus button. If you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the best ways to help these videos reach more people, and it's the best way to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video if they haven't censored or taken down our channel yet. Like us on Facebook, check out more of our work at MRCTV.org, and if you want to support our content and the conservative movement, head on over to MRC.org/donate to help us out, since we're a non-profit and couldn't do what we do without all of you. For MRC TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.